One morning she woke up and she was looking off in the distance with a slight smile on her face, and she was not breathing properly. I knew in my heart something was very, very wrong. So we raced off to the ER there in that little bitty town. And I ran into the emergency room with her in my arms, and I told them something's wrong with my baby. When Emily was about 5 months old, she became sick, and it seemed like it was just a cold or pneumonia or something like that. But I knew it was serious because she was crying a lot, and then she started throwing up, and we immediately took her into the ER. And when they got in, they realized that it was malrotation of the intestines and that it had actually twisted off and died out, and they were needing to resect that part of the bowel. And it's a pretty intense surgery, especially for a 5-month-old. And they got what they thought was enough of the bowel. They put her in PICU, and we spent a lot of time there. She eventually ended up with an infection, and we had to work through that. I think we were in the hospital for about 4 weeks at that point in time. Got to bring her home right before Christmas. But right after Christmas, she started throwing up again when we knew right away something was wrong. Took her back in. Sure enough, they put her under again, took more bowel. And we really thought she was on the mend. We just did all the normal things that we were doing as a family. But one morning, I knew in my heart something was very, very wrong. So we raced off to the ER there in that little bitty town. I ran into the emergency room with her in my arms, and I told them something's wrong with my baby. And they started working on her. There came a point when I couldn't watch them work on her anymore.
And we held her little hand and we prayed.
And I knew she was gone. Immediately, the chaplain stepped in and they handed her to us. And we sat there and grieved for a very long time, saying goodbye. She was 7.5 months. It had been a couple of months of a lot of intense medical intervention in her life.
I wouldn't want anybody to go through anything like that. You know, people say, well, I don't understand. And I said, well, I wouldn't want you to, because if you understood, you'd have to go through it yourself.
We always say that we didn't lose Emily. She's just running up ahead a little further than us.
That's
and
right.
Just out of our sight.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Raising Arrows podcast. I'm Amy Roberts from raisingarrows.net, and this is episode number 59. So I had a listener ask if I would do a podcast on this because I have had a lot of different medical situations in our family, and she wanted to know how I...
We currently live in Leavenworth, Kansas. Ty and I have been married since 1996. We have 10 children. Our oldest is 23 and our youngest is 4. And we've homeschooled all of them and just enjoy it immensely. In about 2006, I started blogging about what I was doing in my life and how the Lord was using the circumstances that were being brought into my life to teach me lessons about my own Christian journey. And to this day, that's what I share.
So that's what I'm going to be talking to you about today, managing the medical in your life.
We found out about CHM through some friends of ours at church. They had been using it for quite a few years, and it sounded like a great fit.
It's been a great experience from the get-go when we got involved in it. It made good sense.
So that was the end of 2006. I was actually pregnant with our 5th child at the time, and so it was really a leap of faith for us, and we had to trust that the Lord was going to provide for us because we truly did believe it was the right thing to do, and we had prayed about it.
And we knew people that were doing it. But I think the concern was really, when the rubber meets the road, how does it actually look? How does it work?
And then I just didn't fully understand how much of our own money were we going to be putting into this, and then would we ever get that back? And that was why it was so important for us to have somebody like our friends who helped walk us through this is how CHM works, and absolutely this cost sharing does work.
God, thank you for this day, and thank you for everything that you have provided for us.
To cost share with other Christians, to be able to do that, to lift up our issues that we have and that we can help provide for other people. It's just been a pretty amazing blessing to do that. We've seen it firsthand. It works and it continues to work.
I don't remember there being any financial hardship through this because Christian Healthcare Ministries stepped in and made sure that we could just grieve.
Every time there was a need, it was shared and it was taken care of fully. CHM has just come alongside of us and helped care for us and take care of us. And we hope in what we say and what we do and how we go about our lives that's a testament to that partnership.